All right, let's look at the homework 3.1, 3.2, problem number 10. All right, so we have this piecewise defined function, and we want to find critical numbers. All right, so first we just take the derivative of each one. So f prime is equal to, all right, so derivative of 4x plus 2 is going to be just 4, right? So this is going to be if x is less than -1. All right, so the reason why I did not include -1 is that since the derivative might not exist depending on what kind of piece you have on the other side, so I'll just leave it without the -1. All right, then if you take the derivative of x squared minus 3, so that's going to be just 2x if x is greater than -1. All right, then you can kind of see that here derivative do not match up because here derivative on the left-hand side of -1 gives you +4. And then the right-hand side of -1, so it's if x is equal -1, derivative would have been -2, which did not match with the other number 4, right? So this function is not differentiable at x equals -1. All right, but there might be a critical number here. So if you set 2x equal to 0, of course x is equal to 0, right? 0 is definitely on this interval. It's greater than -1. So 0 is one of the critical numbers, right? Then another place that could happen is 4 does not become 0, so we don't have that. But there might be a gap in between these two, right? So let's look at the picture first, right? So which one is the correct picture, right? So we have a straight line up to x equals -1, and slope is 4, and y-intercept is 2. Right, you can see that the first picture is not it because we don't have a line on this side, and the second picture is not it. And third picture looks okay, but it has a wrong slope because the line is actually going down, so it has a negative slope. So only reasonable picture would be this fourth one, right? So now we can see that there's a critical number at x equals 0, but you can see that there's going to be a sharp corner here, so derivative is undefined there. So it's going to critical number is actually the second critical number is -1. All right, so it's going to be x is going to be -1 and also 0. All right, then we can probably use this picture. Right, you can see that it's increasing before -1 and also after 0. So interval of increase would be before -1, so it's a negative infinity, and to -1. And then after that, we're going to start from 0 to positive infinity. Right, so that's the increasing part. And it's only decreasing between -1 and 0. So we're going to put that in. All right, so, oops, sorry, here, between -1 and 0. Right, so let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got all these guys correctly, and we have the correct picture as well. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear. So this was -1, 2. All right.